What's going on, everybody? It's Brian, and in this video I'll be giving you my full review of the Aegis by Trident Cases. This is a two-piece case for the iPad 2 and it retails for $39.95 from tridentcase.com. This case also comes in about 5 different color variations, which I'll show you shortly on your screen, and I'd like to thank Trident Case for sending this out to me for review. So first, let's take a quick look at the packaging like I usually do. Very simple stuff. There's a little hole in the back so you could feel the texture of the back of the case, which I'll talk about more in a minute. This case does give you 3 layers of protection. You have your silicone layer and then your blue sort of hard polycarbonate layer. Then you do have a screen protector that comes with the case itself. So inside, of course, you get the case, which I already have installed onto my iPad 2. This case is sort of difficult to install, so I went ahead and just left it on there. I'm not really going to show the installation process because it does take some time to actually do. But also in your packaging you get a little microfiber cloth. This one's actually pretty good. A lot of cloths that I get with cases or screen protectors, they just don't really actually clean up the fingerprints or pick up the dust. This one does, so that's very nice. Then you do get a little application card so that you can get rid of all of the air bubbles on your screen from the screen protector. And then you get this little installation guide, and this tells you how to install the case as well as a screen protector onto your iDevice. So as I mentioned, this is a two-piece case. You have the silicone layer that you put your iPad 2 into. Then you have this hard polycarbonate layer that covers the back of your device and it keeps everything put together. This has sort of a soft touch satiny feel to it. So this will pick up fingerprints and it'll just get a little dirty after a while, so you'll probably want to clean this maybe once a week or so. Now the silicone portion gives you a lot of grip. You can see that here we have a bunch of lines, and this gives you extra grip to hold your device in your hand, and the same pattern can be found on the front of the device as well. Now going over the ports and the coverage, at the top we do have a cutout for the front-facing camera as well as the ambient light sensor. You can see that the front portion covers pretty much all of your iPad 2. You can still see some of the white bezel around the silicone here. And the home button is covered. Still get plenty of click. You still get plenty of feedback when pushing the home button, so that's good. On the right side of the case, we do have little silicone nubs for the volume rocker. Very clicky. This gives you extra feedback as opposed to just pushing it without anything covering it. We do have a little flap here for your R switch. At the top of the case, we do have another silicone nub for the power button, and this also gives you extra feedback when pushing it. As you can tell, it's very clicky. And I'm not too sure if you can see it. Yes, you can. There are some holes at the top for the top microphone. And then there's also another silicone flap for the 3.5mm headset jack right here. Now on the back of the case, we do have a perfectly aligned cutout for the rear-facing camera. That looks very good. We do have a circular cutout for the Apple logo area. There isn't any sort of film here, so it's not really protecting your Apple logo, so it will get scratched. But fortunately for me, I do have a iCarbon's white carbon fiber back skin installed onto my iPad 2, so that's keeping that actually protected. At the bottom of the case, we do have a little speaker grill opening, and we do have a cutout for the 30-pin dock connector. Now since I'm focused on this area, I'm going to go ahead and show you the stand features of this case. So to stand up your device in portrait orientation, this case does not allow you to stand it up in landscape, so this is your only choice for standing. So you lift this up, then you have to push this part up, and you can see that on the first flap here there's this little bar. Then you just push this on top of that, and that keeps everything in place, and that allows you to stand your iPad up like so. So this angle is perfect for just opening a nightstand application or some sort of clock. You could just leave it on your desk. You could have the picture frame feature going if you'd like. So sort of unfortunate that you can't stand it like this. This seems more practical, and there's also no typing angle either, so you could only stand up your iPad 2 like this while it's inside of the Aegis case. So if you want to just put everything back, this portion just snaps together like so. So as you can tell from the overall case, this is a very protective case for your iPad 2. This is great for drop protection as well because the silicone layer will give you sort of a shock protection should it actually drop on the ground. Of course, with a screen this large, if you drop it onto some sort of corner, like on the edge of a desk or onto some rocks, chances are your screen is still going to get cracked or severely damaged, so nothing's really going to protect you from that anyway, so you just have to be careful when using your iPad 2 in general. But with this case, I feel a lot safer with sort of abusing my iPad, like I just drop it onto the ground or whatever. I'm going to drop my iPad onto the table from about 4 feet in the air. Very hard drop. It was sort of freaked me out a little bit, but the iPad 2 held up just fine while it's in this case, although the silicone nub sort of is stuck a little bit. So I'll mess with that in a minute. But overall, this case gives you a huge amount of protection, and it retails at $40, so that's a very good price in my opinion. A lot of iPad 2 cases that offer this amount of protection cost a good bit more than that, so this is reasonably priced. And overall, I really do like this case. It gives you a lot of protection. It's still very slim. It doesn't add too much bulk to your iPad 2, but it looks good as well. Just sort of wish there was a protective film for the Apple logo cut out. But that looks like it's about it with my video about the Aegis case by Trident Cases. Once again, this retails for about $40 from tridentcase.com, and I'd like to thank them again for sending this out to me for review. Really do like this case. It looks good, it feels good, and it gives your iDevice a lot of protection. So that's it with the video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments area. But once again, that's it. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.